Jonathan Kirk, professionally known as Dababy, is a rapper known for truly living the life he raps about. Dababy's proved it time and time again, showing that he is not afraid of no one and will even prove it in the streets, a bowling alley, or even your public Walmart. Now, the footage of his famous Walmart incident was just released, sharing what actually happened. Now, the new video, which contains no sound, begins with Dababy being confronted by two individuals known as Jalen Craig and Henry Douglas. The two men approached Dababy while he was with his baby mama and two children. A physical altercation then breaks out between the rapper and Douglas. With the two going at it, Craig can be seen appearing to pull a firearm out of his waistband in the background, but then quickly tucks it away for the time being. Dababy and Douglas's brawl then leads to another camera angle. This shows the two men in a very physical altercation with each other, which then leads Craig walking over to them once again. This is when on camera Craig is seen reaching for his firearm once again, while trying to break up the altercation between Dababy and Douglas. Dababy's baby mama Maria Osborne then confronts Craig, appearing at one point to raise her right hand up to his face as Dababy and Douglas continue their brawl. The footage quickly then goes back into the first camera angle, where Dababy is seen sliding onto the ground with a firearm in his right hand. He then adjusts the hood of his hoodie that was on his head, and then appears to use the firearm against one of the individuals. So due to the two individuals approaching Dababy inside of the Walmart and going after him first, the rapper was able to claim self-defense in court. The man that was affected by the firearm that Dababy used did sadly pass in the process. Now, Dababy said in the courtroom this: "If them firearms went off, my daughter could have been affected. My son could have been hit. My lawyers are telling me not to say anything, but nah. If two men are gonna walk down on you and your family with a firearm, y'all would all do the same thing that I did. I didn't do nothing wrong. I stood my ground." Now, many rappers have spoke about this situation, sharing that Dababy's a real one for sticking up for his family with absolutely zero hesitation in a public Walmart. Now, more rappers had reactions to his incident at the bowling alley just a few months ago. His baby mama's brother ran up on Dababy, and he's now under investigation for this incident. Now, on February 10th, the police were called to an incident on the 1960 block of Ventura Boulevard. Officers met with the individual that Dababy had an altercation with, who had left the location of the bowling alley but then later returned around 3:30 a.m. According to the police report, the man's name is Brandon Bills. Bills is the brother of Danny Lee, one of Dababy's baby mamas. Brandon Bills and Dababy have had ongoing issues for the last few years. While at a bowling alley, Brandon met up with his sister, who was with Dababy and his team. According to the police report, Brandon stated that he was at the location when he had become involved in a verbal dispute with the suspect. Brandon was then hit in the face by Dababy and then hit by a numerous amount of other suspects, being Dababy's team and security members. Now, Brandon Bills, he was affected very badly, but in the end, he refused any sort of medical treatment from the medical staff that arrived to the scene not shortly after. According to a report, law enforcement put out a statement saying that Dababy is now under investigation for going after Brandon Bills with some sort of item during their brawl at the bowling alley. Now, Bills claims that he was hit in the head while he was already on the ground by an item that Dababy was holding. Now, he couldn't see what the item was. He was just trying to protect himself from Dababy and his entire team. Now, footage started floating around the internet of this situation. Footage shows that Dababy was the first to swing during this incident, which is a very bad mistake. Now, with Dababy starting the altercation with Brandon Bills in a legal way, he was just using self-defense, but Dababy, he is now in the grounds for being charged with a lot of crimes. Now, luckily, Dababy wasn't holding any sort of firearm, but he did prove that he doesn't go anywhere without one, as he actually did have one stuffed in his backpack. Dababy always rolls with a firearm. This is known by all rappers in the music industry, and Dababy even further proved it, as he won't even go to a Montclair store without holding one. Now, on January 7th, rapper Dababy and his entourage were out shopping at a Montclair. When at the cash register and paying for the goods, Dababy went to grab for his wallet out of his pocket. Now, in the process of it, he ended up revealing a firearm that was tucked into his waistband. The Montclair worker at the register noticed the firearm in his waistband and took action when the rapper left the store. The worker called law enforcement, claiming that a man at his store had a firearm on him and he is now exiting the store, going to his vehicle in the parking lot. Law enforcement quickly rushed over to the shopping center, then surrounded Dababy's vehicle, and with law enforcement bringing out a canine unit, they had everything they needed. They ended up arresting Dababy on a sidewalk while they did a heavy search throughout his vehicle. They then found a firearm on the side pocket of his car. Now this is the same side that Dababy was sitting on, as he wasn't actually driving the vehicle. Once found, Dababy was then arrested on site, as him holding an illegal firearm has been an ongoing issue for him. Not only in the Walmart situation, but even at the bowling alley where he allegedly had one stuffed in his backpack. So it's very rare for a rapper to go at Dababy, but we did see Mimo 600 take his best chance at it. Now back when Dababy released his album with YoungBoy, there was a lot of beef going on between NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk. Now Mimo 600, an affiliate of OTF, then tweeted, "I can't blame Dababy. He thought that man was gonna save his career," referring to the fact that apparently NBA YoungBoy needed to save Dababy's rap career. Now Dababy replied to Mimo with this message: "Y'all towel boy funny. Y'all on the internet playing, trying to run your stripes up while y'all's big dog is in my DM waving the white flag. Y'all boys must not be on the same page over there at OTF, but check this out. There ain't a team, city, boys, or even neighborhood in the world scary enough to make Dababy pick and choose who to get money with. I ain't one of them. You don't like it? Then do something." Now I played it cool cause y'all boys want to make it about y'all, and I don't speak on people that have passed because I'm on that for real. Every day, I wake up ready to teach a man like you. So long live him. At King Von, you got my respect. He stood on business, no excuses. It was just another man there, ready to stand on business too. And that's how we're living, cause that's what it is, ain't it? But the rest of you internet boys, trying to be cool off of another man's name, we are not the same, my boy. Just go ask your big dog. Now go call on some real guys to step for ya. I'ma be right here, ready to rock out. Now where Dababy mentions y'all on the internet playing, trying to run y'all stripes up while y'all's big dog is in my DM waving the white flag, now this is directed towards Lil Durk, the quote big dog and leader of OTF. Now what was probably supposed to be a private conversation between Lil Durk and Dababy quickly became public as members of OTF wouldn't drop the beef. Now it's very interesting, as instead of having it public beef between Lil Durk and Dababy, Durk tried to keep the conversation private. Once again proving that another rapper most likely doesn't want to have online beef with Dababy. If you're a fan of Dababy, leave a quick like on the video. Anyways, it's been District Trending and I'm out. Peace.